Okay, so today we're going to talk about a superpower. And here's the thing, it's one you already have, but you might not be using it to its full potential. I'm talking about emotional intelligence. It really is the secret to getting through those tricky conversations, building way stronger relationships, and maybe most importantly, protecting your own peace of mind. So yeah, let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? We've all been there. The words just fly out of your mouth in the heat of the moment, and then boom, like a second later, that sinking feeling of regret hits you. You're just sitting there wishing you could rewind, just hit undo and handle it all differently. Well, what if I told you there's a skill that's basically a real-life pause button for those exact moments? So that real-life pause button we were just talking about, yup, that's emotional intelligence, or EI for short. And look, this isn't some super complicated psychological theory you need a textbook for. Not at all. It's a really practical skill that can totally change the game when it comes to how you handle tough conversations. So let's break down what it really is. All right, so what is emotional intelligence when you get right down to it? Well, it pretty much boils down to three key things. First, you've got to know what you're actually feeling. Like, are you angry? Are you frustrated? Maybe you're hurt? Just being able to name that feeling, that's step one. Then, second, you need to figure out why you're feeling that way. Is it really about what your boss just said? Or, did that comment just trigger something way deeper? And then finally, and this is the really important part, it's about deciding how to respond in a way that doesn't, well, cause a bunch of damage. That is where the magic happens. And this quote, this really is the core of it all. A lot of people think emotional intelligence means you have to stuff your feelings down or pretend you're not upset. No way. It's about creating a little bit of space, a buffer zone, if you will, between a feeling and your reaction to it. Think of it like a circuit breaker in your house. Instead of an emotional power surge causing a total blackout, you get that critical moment to just pause, reset, and choose how you want to handle things. It means you're in control, not your emotions. Okay, so how do you actually do that? How do you create that buffer zone we were just talking about? Well, it really comes down to three pretty simple but really powerful actions. Think of this next part as your how-to guide, your practical toolkit for building up that emotional intelligence. All right, first up, the pause. It sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, it is an absolute game changer. The next time you feel that flash of anger or you get defensive, just literally take one deep breath before you say a single word. Feel the air come in and go out. That 1 second is often all you need to stop an automatic and, let's be honest, often regrettable reaction. Okay, number two, choose your words carefully. This is all about how you frame things. So instead of saying, you always interrupt me, which is guaranteed to put someone on the defensive, right? Try something like, I feel frustrated when I can't finish my thought. See that? It's a small shift from accusing to just explaining, but it makes a world of difference. And finally, number three, read the room. You've got to pay attention to what's not being said. Are their arms crossed? Are they avoiding eye contact? Tapping their foot? All those little signs are telling you something, that maybe your message isn't landing. And when you recognize that, you get a chance to change your approach. You can ask something like, hey, does that make sense? Or what are you thinking about this? So why bother with all this stuff? I mean, it sounds like work, right? Well, because the payoff it's huge. And we're not just talking about avoiding a few awkward arguments here and there. No, this is about fundamentally changing your relationships and your own sense of well-being for the better. Just take a look at this, because it really lays it all out. On one side, you've got that classic downward spiral, the unnecessary fight. It's so draining, right? It's pointless, and it just leaves everyone feeling awful. But then, look at the other side. You've got protected peace. That's you, in control. You're preserving your energy, your sanity. It's like you become the bouncer at the door of your own mind, deciding what gets in and what has to stay out. You're in charge. So here's the crucial takeaway, the thing I really want you to remember. Emotional intelligence is not just some soft skill. It's a power skill. Seriously, it's not about just being nice all the time. It's about being effective. It's about being the calm in the middle of the storm, the leader when things get chaotic, and ultimately, the architect of your own peace. All right, so as you go about the rest of your week, I want to leave you with a little challenge. Just think about this. Which conversation coming up this week could really use a deliberate pause? What's one moment where you can choose to take that breath, choose a different response, and protect your peace? Just try it. You might be really surprised at just how much power you have in those moments. Thanks for tuning in.